The next one's super easy.
What is it?
Super easy. I know we're going to have the same answers for this one.
He's become my biggest fan.
He has. It's really cute. I get kind of jealous because I'm like, I carried you for 9 months. You came out of my body and your daddy's BFF. Do you have to use the shampoo all the time being bald?
Next question, please.
Welcome to the Alyssa and Julian Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Julian, and this is
The
Alyssa and Julian Podcast.
I have a friend today.
I didn't realize how weird it would be to come back to this.
Really?
It feels weird. Like it feels different being back.
Good or bad?
Good. It just feels nice to be able to talk. Like, hi, are you listening to me? Oh, you clicked on this to listen to me? Oh man. Shucks.
I know I said in the end of the last one that if I had to, like a solo episode is okay because I'm kind of getting used to doing them. The first one I did was kind of really weird. But the second one was a little better. And then I said that even though I liked having like the duo, like our Alyssa and Julian duo, but if I had to, I guess now I'm okay with being lonely.
If I'm being very honest and transparent, I think that you guys will probably get a lot of solo Alyssa episodes. I want to get back into having guests. But when we don't have guests and we're doing things like regular episodes, I feel like you guys will get a lot of solo episodes for one reason and one reason only. You and I do not have aligning schedules. And it's very hard to get you and me together to sit here for an hour to record.
Yeah, life's been a little whack lately, not gonna lie. It's been throwing a lot of curveballs. So I told them I probably was gonna plan a lot of solo episodes and honestly pre-record them if I could. That way, if it came down to, we can't have a video this week, an episode this week, then I can just edit when I have, or even if I have it edited and done, I can just throw it up. That way they still get an episode. But I'll probably just post and like pre-warn almost that it's going to be a solo episode. I just don't know what I want to talk about solo. So I have to think about that. But yeah, so I guess that's like a little preface. We'll let you guys know how it goes going forward. Right.
And just understand that schedules are tough and very conflicting. It's hard enough to do reactions on two people's schedule, but to set up a podcast on top of it for two people who are very much working all the time.
And like opposite schedules.
It's very difficult.
Complete opposite schedules.
Very difficult. But it's okay.
Anyways, so we'll get into this famous episode. We're going to call it famous because we actually have our other duo here today.
Before we get into it, though, we got to talk about intentions of...
Sorry. Finish. Sorry. I was going to say, before we get into this famous episode, what's your intention of the week? But someone likes to skip ahead. Someone comes back and thinks like they just run. I'm just kidding.
Oops. Sorry, guys. What is my intention? This is going to sound so crazy.
Uh-oh.
I say that for like every intention, and it's really not crazy. It's probably the most simple thing ever. I recorded probably my most vulnerable video ever, like in so many different ways. So my intention of the week is to edit it and put it up, but which would be such a normal week for me. The problem with it is, I've been having to work a lot. Like I've been like, my schedule's been insane. I've had a lot going on, which you guys will see kind of like a look into my life, I guess, in this video. But the reason why it's so hard for me is because I don't do this. Like I don't talk about myself. I don't get deep into it. I legit had a moment where I like cried on camera. Really? Like legit had a moment. I don't do stuff like that. And I'm going to edit it and mess with it and see if I like it. I guess not that I like it, because who likes that? I don't think I like it, but to see if I'm comfortable with showing that side of me on camera. And that's scary. Like just to put it out there, guys, like, honestly, if you're watching this right now, I want to see comments telling me to post that video, because I'm still in the middle of filming it as we're recording this. And the more I film it, the more I'm like, I don't know if this is going up. I don't know if I can handle this version of me on the internet. I don't know if I can be this transparent. I'm talking like bank accounts are shown. Like, I don't know if I can handle that being out there. God. I don't know if I can handle all that being out there.
I think you could.
I don't know. So it's a very transparent process, and a lot of vulnerable talk in that podcast, in that video. And it's almost easier for me to do it here in a podcast setting, but to sit there by myself and talk to a camera, and even just to set it up and understand, like, I'm about to literally do an action and just break down. Like, literally, I set it up to like get dressed to leave, and I just had a moment, and see, I'm like,
it's like true life.
Literally, I'm like getting all like teary eyed talking about it, but like I had a legit moment like that. And I guess because I don't do that, it
feels weird.
It feels uncomfortable.
I feel like it's weird because that's one of those things where, like, not that you're going to do it all the time, but like you do it once and you'll probably see the reaction that you get, that the next time, like, say it happens, like, it's not going to be the weirdest thing. And
I feel like people just don't, the things I talk about, people don't talk about it,
That's also real talk.
I don't talk about it. I don't talk, like, the things that I go through, I don't talk about. I'm very much that person that goes through things in silence.
Oh, I feel.
And I do not talk about it. We're not, that's not what this episode's about.
We gotta normalize that.
Yeah, basically, intention of the week, post this video. It's gonna go up by Saturday. If it's done right, post this video, edit it properly, because it's kind of all over. That's the other thing, because it's such a hectic week and so much is going on, it's also all over the place. And that's part of like what broke me in that scene, I guess I would call it. It sounds so weird calling it a scene, but I guess in that scene of the video, that's what broke me. And I just, being overwhelmed. So yeah, let me know if you guys are ready for this. I'm so uncomfortable. I'm so uncomfortable, and I need your support, basically. Yeah. To go through with it.
Do it. I vote yes. So my intention is kind of, I don't know. I want to say, like, I don't want to say complete opposite, because like it's still about posting and whatnot. I feel like I've been giving myself, little pats on the back recently, because I've actually been doing pretty good with like vlogging.
Back on YouTube.
Randomly, and just being like, let's make this into a video and see how it goes. That's literally what I did with my last video. I didn't know if I had enough content to make a video, and that ended up being like a pretty decently like timed, what is it? What am I trying to say? Like a decently lengthed video.
Yeah.
For like a random night that I just decided to pick up the camera and vlog. So I was pretty proud about that. Pretty proud with the way it came out and the fact that I had something to put out. So I've been giving myself little pats on the back. I say it all the time. I do want to plan a lot, because I want to know more like structurally what to do, not just a random, let's see what I can get tonight type of situation.
Roll the dice real quick on a video.
Literally, I started not plot twist. I don't know what I'm looking for. It's too late to think. I'm editing a video right now that I started yesterday from when you're listening to this, or from when we're recording this. I started it last night and then knew I was going into today because I had a lot going on today. And I just started editing it, and like I have a bunch of clips, but I'm still like at the point where I'm like, we're gonna see. It turns out I don't really know. That's literally gonna be my
video, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see like what you do have, because with the last video, I did not think it would turn into a video, or I thought it was gonna be super short, and I was gonna be like, I'm so sorry. And the fact that it turned into like a video, I was like,
You know what's the worst? Not to make this about like YouTube videos and content creation and all that, but you know what's the worst?
What?
When you have clips all over the place. You got clips on your phone, clips on this camera, clips on that camera.
I try not to do that.
That makes me want to. With a series like what I'm doing, it just happens like that sometimes. It just makes things so crazy and so hard. Shout out to all cameras now that have timestamps in them. Shout out to you, because you saved my editing process. But if it didn't have that, bro, GG's, I'd be done.
Yeah, that's interesting. So, I don't know. I guess that's what I'll be doing this week. Is that what you'll be doing this week?
Yeah. I mean, I'll probably be working, mixing it in, trying to.
It's just up. I'm gonna hold it.
Trying to make time, I guess. I'm not holding it. I'm just gonna see it like this. Trying to make time to, edit is going to be what I do. And I think I have a plan for how I want to edit it, because it is going to be such a tall task. I'm going to literally spend a day just organizing my bins. Like Monday, I'm giving away the video, but literally like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
That's not really giving much away. You can do a lot with those types of videos.
Yeah, but that's true. But I'm going to spend a day organizing.
That's probably a smart starting tactic, because of the fact that you're going to have so much to go through.
Yeah.
You're going to want to honestly take it
and then
day
I have
by day.
I have screenshots and stuff that I'm going to use. So I have to make sure I organize those into the bins.
Oh my God, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's going to be literally film from that day, screenshots from that day.
Oh my God.
Film from that day, screenshots from that day.
Good luck.
I'm going to have to spend a day fully on VFX. It's going to be, and I don't do VFX. So
oh my God.
It's going to be a day, bro.
So, streaming platform.
Yeah.
Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music,
Google Podcast.
I almost forgot to say it last week because I'm not used to being the one saying that. But
I don't think Google Podcast is going to survive much longer. It makes me so sad.
I don't know. We're going to say it until it dies.
Yeah.
Anywhere you find
Google.
your streaming platforms, find us on YouTube, Alyssa Julian Podcast. Sit here and watch us. I'd prefer you listen because we look a little crazier. I'll speak for myself. I look a little crazy every time we record. But if you want to look at us,
hi,
hey, all of you guys.
Can we throw some shade real quick though?
What?
Why everybody lets you post your podcast for free, right? But then all of a sudden you go to Apple, and Apple makes you pay $20 a year to post your podcast.
Really?
Why is that? She said, "Really? You don't know who's paying for the podcast at that point?"
Oh.
She just exposed
myself.
Yeah, she said, "Really?"
Anyway. All right, so breezing over that one.
Oh,
Today's episode. I'll give credit to where it's credit. I'll give credit to where credit's due. Always. Cimorelli Podcast. They had an episode where it was all 5 of them, and they did a thing where they had their husbands rate them as roommates. So Lisa, Catherine, and Christina had their husbands, and then Amy and Lauren did each other because they live with each other. Mm-hmm. So they kind of did it as like housemates, I guess you'd say. I don't really know. Mm-hmm. So I went through that episode. I wrote down the little topics they talked about. So I'm gonna give a topic, like a subtopic, to Julian and have him say his best and his worst like traits, I guess, within the topic. And then I already have all mine written out. I literally wrote it on a piece of paper to like prep. So I'm going to give the topics, have Julian say his best and worst in the categories, and then I'm going to say what I had for my answer, and we're going to see how close we are.
Can you hold that paper up one more time?
Why?
I just want to, I need you to hold it up one more time.
Why?
Just hold it up. Trust me.
Why
that paper look like Baskin and Robbins, bro? It literally is the colors of the Baskin and Robbins logo.
I color coordinated.
Yo, she literally has so many colors. And for my audio listeners, she literally has pink,
purple, and blue.
Exactly. So Baskin and Robbins.
Pink is the
all the flavors.
You're going to be cheating with the answers.
I'm not looking. I just see all the colors. What do you mean?
Is the categories. Purple is the best and blue is the worst. I needed to make sure I could read it, okay?
Baskin and Robbins.
Okay, well, stop, because now you're going to make me want ice cream.
All the flavors.
Anyways, because this looks like a cotton candy or like a like a bubble gum, and now I'm gonna want bubblegum ice cream.
That does actually look like I think it looks like Baskin Robbins. Anyway, sorry. I just noticed that when you held it up before, and I was like, wait a minute.
Because I prepped, this was supposed to make it into my notebook, but I didn't think we would be recording this tonight, and then we ended up recording it, so it hasn't made it into my notebook yet.
Also, your son destroyed your
He
notebook.
literally ripped out the whole first page.
If you're on the podcast, you saw it. Well,
No,
you didn't see it,
on the stream,
on the stream, you heard it.
But anyways.
Yeah.
Okay,
sorry.
so.
Yes.
First topic is cleaning.
Am I giving a number rating, or am I giving like a letter
You're giving
rating?
like a little what you think you're good at and what you think you're bad at within cleaning.
Oh, I don't do dishes, bro. I don't do like.
So is that your worst?
Yeah, because I just don't do it. Like that's like everybody has that thing in the house that like that just is something that they don't do. And it's not like I can't do it. Like I would rather just do it than have nothing, obviously. I don't know. It sounds so weird. It makes me sound so lazy. But like I will literally do anything else in the house before I do dishes.
What's your best?
My best? The bedroom, 100%. Why? Because that's like where my setup is. That's where my stuff is. So like I'm always like making sure like the room is clean, and that's where I think that I'm like an overall clean person. I would say like I keep, for the most part, like most of the house clean. Like I try my best to stay clean. And I'm more of the guy, like I'll stay clean so I don't have to clean heavy later.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I pick up after myself, like after each thing. Like you're not going to find my clothes on the floor. You're not going to find stuff on the, like I literally will change my clothes, pick up, put in the hamper. Like if I use something, if I eat something, I throw out the wrapper right away. I, put my dish to the side in the sink. Honestly, I'm getting to a point where I'm like, yo, I'm just going to load the dishwasher as I use it, because,
oh yeah, maybe,
like I like staying ahead of being clean. I don't like to have to do everything. Like the last thing I want is, oh, so-and-so's coming over, like overall clean the house. And it's getting harder because that's the other thing, like having a kids aren't clean. So like he's a 1-year-old. He doesn't know he has to clean up after himself.
I literally walked through the house tonight to go put like socks by his door or something, because he had all his socks in the living room. Yeah. And like you walk through the living room, there's blocks. You walk through the kitchen, there was a block on the floor. Down the hallway, there was a couple blocks. So like everywhere you go, there's just blocks everywhere.
And that makes me crazy because I'm borderline a germaphobe. Like I'm very borderline with it. I don't consider myself to be a full-on germaphobe, but like I'm very borderline germaphobe. Very borderline. And like just don't even get me started. I hate having a dirty house. Like it actually, like it's probably linked somewhere to my mental health, having a dirty house. I would 100% say that.
I would agree.
If you went in my apartment too before, like you remember, like I always, because like especially when you're by yourself, I think it's the easiest just to stay clean. So overall best, I think I'm just good at staying clean and not making messes.
We actually kind of had the same answers. That's so funny. Really? That's a good start, I guess. So I said your best was you do like to keep everything clean, and then in parentheses I wrote more than me most times. So basically the same. And then worst, I said most of the time it's dishes that have to be cleaned, and I feel like we're both on the same thing. Like I'm not the biggest fan of dishes either, so like that becomes the problem. But I feel like most of the time it's just me ends up doing it. Like I'll just load it into the dishwasher just to clean up a little bit. So I was like, we both hate it, but we both like, one of us has to be like, all right, whatever, I'll just do it.
Every now and again, like
yeah, I'm not saying you don't do it. I just feel like 9 times, like I'll say 8 times out of 10.
9. I would give you 9.
It's me.
I'll give you 9.
I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna do it. I'm tired of looking at these dishes.
Like I said, everybody has their thing that they're just like, nah. And that's one. I'm like, bro.
That's me with the garbage. It's you 9 times out of 10, but there's like sometimes where I just open it and I'm like, I can't stand that smell. I gotta throw it out. And I end up just taking it out.
Especially diapers, bro. Like, you gotta throw diapers out. Like, diapers cannot sit in the house.
So kitchen garbage is usually you, but I feel like diapers, it's usually me.
Yeah, 100%. Because diapers can't. Or like, I'll wake up during the day and I'll smell it and I'm like, nope.
Gotta go.
I think that one might be 5 or 6, like on the borderline between you and me, because like
diapers.
Yeah. Because there's a lot of times during the day where I'm like, especially now that it's hot out,
Oh my God, yeah.
I'm like, heck no, bro. Diapers stink. I'm not trying to have them sitting in here hot. Like, oh.
Yep.
Oh.
That's funny. All right, so off to a good start. So the next one is sharing a fridge.
I'm not crazy about the fridge. I don't think I'm like, oh, you touched my. There's nothing in the fridge where I'm like, oh, you touched my stuff, or like, oh, you.
This one I actually had to think about because I was like, I don't see a best or a worst.
Yeah. I mean, like, I cook and put my food in the fridge, or like you cook and you'll put your food in the fridge, or we'll eat out and both our food will go in the fridge. I think where we're bad at it is throwing food out. I think food sits sometimes and we need to throw food. Like, there's some food in there that's been sitting for a minute that we got to throw out. Our fridge is always loaded with drinks, but we ain't never got no food in it. That's the problem. We
kind of had the same worst answer.
Oh, really? Well, let me think of the best before we talk. Like, I don't know what's the best. Like,
I don't think we're going to have the same best. I kind of find mine kind of funny, but it's really the only thing I thought of because we don't really have an issue with the fridge.
I think my best is probably the fact that I'm really good at making enough to have leftovers, so that like.
Oh, okay, we kind of. That's so weird. We kind of have the same answer.
Oh, really?
Well, I said your best was that you do put leftovers in the fridge, but I feel you're not really a leftover person. With some foods, it depends on the food.
Depends on the food, and it doesn't get more than a day.
Sometimes he'll put leftovers in the fridge, but he doesn't end up eating them. So like I get them. Like I get the good leftovers. You feel me? That's my best. Is like when you're like, yeah, I'm gonna eat this tomorrow, and then you don't actually eat it, so I get it. I'll take that as a good part. My worst was letting food not go bad in the fridge, but sit in there too long, because I feel like.
Sometimes it does go bad.
I'll give myself another 8 out of 10. I'm the one that ends up going through the fridge to like clean it out. So it's like leftovers he does put in there, but like neither one of us are eat. We probably could have discussed it like in the time we're putting it away. Like, are we actually going to eat this?
This might be another category though. Not to cut you off. This might be another category, but the reason why I feel like you throw most of the food out is because you do most of like the grocery shopping when you go grocery shopping. So you have to throw food out to fit it in the fridge.
Oh yeah, fair point.
I feel like that's even more so why. Like if I smelled something, I'd be like, oh heck no. But it never really gets to that point.
No, it's basically just when we go through, to put stuff away, then I'm like, okay, I might as well clean out the fridge while I'm in here. So I end up putting groceries away because I'm also weird and I'm like, no, this has to go in this spot and this has to go in this spot.
That's why I don't touch that stuff. So, I mean, because I don't have a problem with cleaning out the fridge. If you're like, hey, can you clean out the fridge? I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I know you're just really like weird about how you like she got borderline OCD with how she like orders the fridge, and I'm just like, okay.
I'm going to put something away, and I'm like, no, put it on that shelf.
Yeah,
and he's like, what? Can't it just go in the fridge?
Put it in and I'm like, what? Like, bro, listen, if you see my
2 for 2, I'm kind of surprised.
I would throw stuff all over the place.
Yeah, he would just throw it in the fridge just to put it in the fridge.
As long as it's in the fridge, if it fits, bro. Like, it's not like I don't know how to pack. Like, I could pack it if I have to.
You got to keep it organized, so when you're going for something, you know where it is.
I see, but like, I'm organized mess. Like, I know where it is.
Oh, fair point. Me too. You know those memes where it's like, oh, men playing a video game, and it's like, oh, I see people 100 yards away behind this tree and blah, blah, but they like open the fridge and they're like, where's the ketchup? Those always make me laugh.
I'm distracted because I see a spider.
Where?
It's on the hood, the oven hood. I'm just watching it crawl. I've been watching it for like...
Where?
It's crawling by like the light where you turn the fan and light on. Kill it. No, I'm not going to go kill it right now. I'm in the middle of the podcast. All right, I'll go kill it. Hold on. BRB.
All right, we back. Spider's dead.
Sorry for the interruption.
Spider's dead. We're good. All right, we're just going to go to the next one. The next one's super easy.
What is it?
Super easy. I know we're going to have the same answers for this one. Cooking.
Oh, I cook everything, bro. My best food that I cook though. Are we asking like what's the best food I cook? Is that what you're asking?
No, it's just cooking in general.
Oh yeah, no, I do all cooking, bro. That's like that's like 10 out of 10 me, bro. Like
yeah. So what's your worst?
I would say maybe 9.5 because you boil water. Yeah, you boil. She boil water, bro.
I'll take it. I'm pretty good at that.
What's my worst?
Yeah.
Worst thing about cooking? I think that it's a combined thing where we just don't we eat out too much. to the point where like,
that's a good one. I should have put that in.
We also don't eat the same foods.
Oh my God.
So
I should have put that as my answer.
It's very hard for us to make dinner and eat because our palates are very different. Like she's picking her own way and I'm picking my own way. So with our palates being so different, it gets very expensive to eat sometimes.
Oh my God.
And it's very, very hard to decide what's for dinner and also Alyssa's the type of person where like, I'll say something and she'll just be like, I'm not feeling that today. And it's like,
the next day I'll want it. He's like, I wanted that yesterday.
I'm not feeling that today, bro. It's $5. We're broke. Like, what you mean you're not feeling that today?
It's gonna have to be today anyway.
It's $5. Like, this is $5.
I feel like I need to like train myself to just be like, whatever's put in front of me is what I have to eat. Like, you know, when your parents like, you eat this or you don't eat it all type of situation. That's literally got to be me as an adult.
I've been doing a lot better with that because I used to be really bad at that. But I feel like I've gotten a lot better with like making myself eat different things, especially even if I'm not in the mood for it that day. The way I get through it is I tell myself like, okay, I'll eat this today, but you know, when I get a little money, I'll treat myself I'll get that good thing that I really want. Because right now I've been craving Modern Pizza in New Haven.
You want to know what I thought about today?
What?
When we were delivering, I thought we were going to a different place than we did. Like, I thought we were going to another town, so I thought of Chick-fil-A. Now I really want Chick-fil-A.
I want Modern Pizza. And
Modern Pizza.
I want to try Sally's because the pizza guy who goes around reading pizza, he gave it the high. He calls New Haven, Connecticut the pizza capital of the U.S.
I don't know if I'd agree with that.
And I agree.
He gave
he gave Sally's the highest rating, so I want to go try Sally's in New Haven.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely both have the same best. I literally wrote you cook. I guess part of what we talked about was the worst. When I said worst, I wrote when you don't want to cook, I do. Because I literally don't like cooking. But I guess when you don't want to and all I have to do is like throw something in the oven, I'm like, I guess I could do that. But that's my 0.5 that he gave me. So
yeah, she knows how to press bake.
It's a good start, okay? The next little topic is sharing a laundry room.
You do most of the laundry, so that's not a problem. I mean, I do my own. I think that's where having conflicting schedules actually works out. Because I thought about it. I said you do most of the laundry, but that's not true. I actually do most of my own laundry. I think that where it works out is like while you're working, I do my laundry, and then while I'm working, you do your laundry. So like we never really have an issue with that. I guess the only negative is like she likes to use these unstoppable things that kind of get all over the floor, and it's really
they kind of make a mess if you.
It's really it's really messy.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's
the laundry
weird because
the
I
laundry
literally
looks
said
messy.
you keep it clean.
Yeah.
Awkward.
I do.
But you just said it's messy.
The unstoppables are.
Oh.
Yeah. That you like, which
Wait,
I don't
so
really
was
care
that
about
your
them.
best?
No, the unstoppables are the worst part.
Oh.
Yeah, my best is the fact that we don't have an issue because we have opposite schedules.
Yeah, I don't think we've ever had a problem where like he started his laundry and I was like, no, I have to do mine. Like there might have been a time where I'm like, oh, you have clothes in the wash. All right, well, when they're done, I got to throw mine in type of situation. But there's never been a problem where it's like.
And if we do have something in, I'm like, hey, can you switch mine? And she'll be like, hey, can you switch that for me? And then we'll just switch it.
It's easy.
Keep it pushing.
It's still a pretty good schedule. So for best, I did say you keep it clean. Yeah. For worst, I said I feel like this hasn't been a problem recently. Laundry room, I also kind of had to think about because there's not really like a worst. I just said there's been times where like we use Tide Pods a lot. So like when you're going through Tide Pods or dryer sheets, excuse you, motorcycle. When we're going through Tide Pods or dryer sheets and it's running low, but like you don't say anything. So then I go to use it and I'm like, what the heck? And you're like, oh, I forgot to say it or I forgot to tell you or something like that. And I'm like, bro, I feel like that would be the worst. I know in our old house that happened like a couple times, and I'd be like,
well, that was also different because I was a basement, so like I had that time to walk upstairs and completely forget.
I guess so. That's
this
why
I kind of walk out right out of my bedroom and I'm like, oh, hey,
it hasn't happened in a while, but that used to drive me crazy.
Yeah, because we had a basement where like you go down, you do your laundry, and then you walk back up. As you're walking back up, you're checking Twitter, you're checking Instagram. You completely forget that, hey, I just used the last of the Tide Pods and threw the bag out.
And then I go to use it and there's like one left, and I'm like, you could have told me that we were doing that. I was just at Target, blah, blah. And he'd be like, oh,
oops.
Yeah, I forgot, type of situation. So the next one is sharing a bathroom.
The worst. Alyssa is messy. And the bathroom is one of those places that she's messy in. And the bathroom...
I played with my hair like this whole freaking episode because it's driving me crazy.
The bathroom is one of my sacred places that I love to keep clean. But that is your worst, that she's just messy. And, it doesn't really bother me as much because she doesn't really use my shower anymore. Like she, obviously we had one bathroom in our last place, so we only had one shower. It used to bug the mess out of me because she would leave her chunk of hair in the tub, bro. It would be a chunk.
Little bit.
No, it would be a chunk that's like clumped together of her hair just chilling,
I
bro.
shed so much.
I'm like, bro, that's disgusting. Take your hair, bro. Like, what is this? So that's why in our new place, because we have an extra shower and our son's not old enough to have his own shower yet and use it, I say, fine, you guys can share that bathroom.
I basically claimed we have like a master bath. So like when we first moved in, I used obviously that bathroom all the time. I never really used the guest one, but I did buy like a shower curtain, like a mat, just in case like we had someone over, someone used it. I didn't like, I don't know, like it's not like against them or anything, but like if we have another bathroom, like there's no point in them being in ours, like in our room, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I made sure that the guest bathroom was usable if someone had to use it. Plus that's where we put the little bath that JJ would sit in for a bath in that shower. So it was just set up to be used when had to. But I realized one night that shower head in that bathroom I like a lot better than the one in our room.
Thank God.
So I basically like claimed it as mine and JJ's because like I said, he only uses it for like a bath. Like if I set him up in the bath, like that's when I put it in the shower because we don't have an actual bath. They're both just stand-up showers. So I just put the bath on the floor of the shower and he uses the bath. But besides that, like it's not like he's potty trained yet or anything. He's still too young. So it's basically my bathroom, I guess.
Yeah, the best part. So the best part, what you guys are getting out of that, the best part is that we basically don't share a bathroom anymore. That's the best part about that.
Okay,
well, she's in. This is the thing though, because she kind of still uses that bathroom. So like she's in like 1.5 bathrooms because like she doesn't shower in there, but she still uses it.
I'll still like go to the bathroom sometimes in there if I have to. I brush my teeth, like I get ready for work in there. So like my deodorant, my perfume, like all that stuff. So basically I'll go in there in the morning, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth, get dressed, perfume, and then if I shower and everything that night, like it's in the other one.
Well, that's a good part because it's only me in that shower area too. Like it's just so much cleaner and just, I'm a guy.
Shower's weird, bro.
I'm a guy. So like I have a washcloth and body wash and some shampoo.
I'm a guy.
So that's it. Like it stays so clean, so simple. There's not stuff all over the place. There's not a million bottles.
Do you have to use the shampoo all the time being bald?
Next question, please.
Wait, I didn't even share my answers.
Okay, go ahead.
So for best, I did say you keep it cleaner. So glad we're on the same page there. Anyways, the one thing I said the worst for you when I go in there to use that bathroom if I have to, the one thing that drives me crazy is like our shower curtain for that bathroom isn't long enough.
Not long enough.
So when he does shower, the floor does get a little wet. It gets
soaked, yeah.
And he doesn't like to put a towel down either before his shower or after when he gets out. So you just go in there and the floor is just wet. It's just left wet. And I'm like, dude, like even if you don't put a shower, like if you don't put a towel down.
That's what the bath mat's for. It's supposed to catch it.
But the bath mat isn't that big. It's a little one because if we had the bigger one there originally, but like when you open the door, it would get stuck. So you couldn't fully open the door. So to do that, we put the bigger, comfier mat by the bathroom sink and like a small one just so there's something there for you to step out onto when you get out of the shower. You know, you get what I'm saying? So we put the smaller one there so you can open the door and have like free range of the bathroom door. So it's not like it's going to catch much anyways.
Yeah.
Plus it's not long enough. So like it goes all along the side of the shower, like the floor of the shower, so you would need a towel down anyways,
I guess,
to try to collect the water.
It's
but
just falling off of it's falling off of the
shower
liner
curtain.
No, it's falling off of the liner, not even the curtain.
It's not big enough,
and it's not like
long enough.
It has magnets, but the magnets are for the tub, so like there's no tub.
We don't have a tub, so if we had a tub there wouldn't be a problem at all, but we don't have a tub, so it's not a long enough thing where it's just gonna stay in the shower. And it just kind
of sways. Like even when you're in the shower, you could literally see it swaying and it's dripping water. It's swaying. It's so weird.
Yeah, so that would just be my worst. And I'm like, all right.
Goes to pee, steps in a puddle.
Literally, then my socks are wet, and I'm like, bro. That's the worst.
Well, by the time I go in, it's dry, you know? So like, I don't know.
Because I cleaned it. So the next one is sharing a TV.
I don't think we have a problem with that. We have so many devices in this house that I would say the best part about sharing a TV is honestly, we don't even use it. Like the best part about sharing a TV is that, again, we're not home at the same time. So we don't really have to share a TV.
Sometimes at night, but like.
You're going to bed. She falls right to sleep. Like I'm the guy who has to sit up and watch TV to fall asleep. Like I can't go right to sleep. So she goes right to sleep, passes out like no problem. The only person we share a TV with is JJ because we're home with him all day. And that's because we have to sit and watch Mickey Mouse. What's the worst part about this? The worst part is she wants me to turn it off at night. And I'm like, absolutely not, bro. Like I can't sleep. Like I'm not going to just lay here and stare at the sky in the dark. At the
sky. Oh, you want to know what we should do?
What should we do?
I'm going to put those like those glow in the dark.
The star night lights.
Something, yeah. I'm gonna put something on the ceiling.
That'd be kind of cool, actually. I've always kind of wanted those.
I had those.
You did?
Yeah. So when I lived in the town I lived in growing up, we lived in the house that like my mom and her siblings lived in when they were growing up. So obviously by then, like everyone had moved down, like moved states and whatnot. So when one of my aunts moved out, I jumped into her room so fast. Like I used to share a room with JoJo. So when one of my aunts moved out, I jumped into her room. She had like almost one of the biggest rooms in the house. It wasn't like huge, but just like a room to yourself. Like as a young kid, thinking like middle school, like I had to be middle school, high school. Like it seemed like a pretty decent room. So I was like, I called dibs. So I literally like moved into that room. It was the greatest thing ever. But she had them. And like, I was like, I'm not going to go and peel them off. Plus I had one of those like popcorn ceilings. So I wasn't trying to deal with that. So they just stayed up there.
Yeah.
They stayed on until they died out.
I was thinking more like the projector ones though. You know, like they had the star projectors.
I see people put that in the bathroom when they're taking a shower or something.
That's probably so sick.
That's probably therapeutic.
That's probably so sick, bro. What the heck? I've seen
someone take it, like put it in there when they're taking a shower at night, and it's.
I thought about putting that in my car.
Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Yo, right?
Would it be interesting? You have a ceiling. It's like a.
That's glass. Like just like emitting light into the streets. Okay, bad idea.
I was gonna say that's cool, and then I was like, wait, what is it reflecting off of?
I mean, if I had like a shade, it'd be cool. Like, cause you could buy the shades.
I mean, at night it might be a little better, but during the, I mean, not that you'd probably put it on during the day, but
I don't get to look up. Everybody looks up at the sky, the like stars and stuff. I'm driving. I can't look up. Like, oh, this is cool. Sorry.
That's so bad.
Anyway.
All right, so for my best, I did say that sharing a TV usually isn't a problem. I said that we watch a lot of shows together. We try to find stuff to watch, even though we don't end up finishing half of them. either that or Julian ends up finishing by them like himself, because like he said, we're never around to like watch shows together. We do also like sports. Like we'd like to sit there and watch basketball together. So like sharing a TV really isn't bad. Plus we watch a lot of the same YouTubers, or just YouTube in general. Half the time when Julian's watching his own YouTube and stuff, there's never really anything where I'm like, oh, I hate when you watch this, or oh, I don't like this, blah, blah. Like it's all interesting. It's just not something I would typically go for, if that makes sense. The worst, I did say, is that Julian has to sleep with the TV on. I used to be like that. I get what you're going through. I was there. But I've gotten myself, like I got better with myself, and I'm not forced, but like I taught myself how to turn off the TV and like fall asleep without the TV on. I do have weird like instances, like when I'm sick or something, I like the TV to be on. I don't like to be in darkness. I don't know. It's so weird. If I'm not feeling good, I'm like, yep, turn the TV on. Go ahead, put it on. What are you doing? When I'm sick, if I'm just going to bed, like if I were to go to bed right now and he turns the TV on, I'm like, ugh, why?
I don't know why you're saying if, or sometimes, you mean when, but
sometimes I try to like find something to like bribe him with and be like, all right, I'll do this, or I'll give you this, or I'll get you this if you sleep it off. Like, please, just
insomnia
one time.
Cookies.
Oh, good to know. I'll keep that in mind.
I'm saying right now, insomnia cookies, and I won't turn it on.
Tempting. I did say that was the worst. It was, he just always has to turn TV on whenever he goes to sleep. We'll be laying down and I'm like, yeah, and I'll think just maybe there'll be that slight chance he's just so tired he just is gonna fall asleep.
That actually was the other night.
No, you turned it on.
No, there was a night I didn't. There was a night I passed out.
I don't remember, because I always wake up with the TV on.
I think it was like 2 or 3 nights ago I passed out, and
I must have already been asleep. I missed the good times.
Yeah, well, because a lot of times I get in, you're just asleep. Like, yeah. I think that I was like, I came in and you were knocked out, and I just laid down. And I was like,
love that. Why can't that be all the time?
Anyway.
All right. Anyways, the next one, we have like this one and then like 2 more. There was 9 altogether. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Sharing a living room space.
They are so messy, bro. I say they because her and JJ are so messy. And the best is like, I just keep it so clean. Like, cause my living room space, that's like my home entertainment system. Like I consider that to be like my whole, like if a good show comes on, I'm not going to lay in my bed and watch it. No, I'm going to come in. I literally, when we moved here, got a big screen TV, hooked it up to my sound bar. My uncle just gave me like surround sound speakers that I'm going to set up. Like I got a home entertainment system basically set up, and I just love my living room space. Like my living room is a very like important room to me.
I feel like that's so weird, not to cut you off, but like, I feel like we're kind of the opposite in what you just said. Like if I'm by myself watching something, I don't mind laying on the couch, like whatever. If we're gonna watch something, I'd rather watch it in bed, where he's like, no, let's watch it in the living room. But I just don't think we have a big enough couch for us to both comfortably like chill and lay for the night. We can probably like start, because we'll usually lay on like opposite ends of the couch, so like our feet, I don't know, not to get like descriptive, but like we'll lay where like his feet are behind me but my feet are in front of him, because like I'm shorter, so like my feet don't fully go like into his face, if that makes sense, where like he's taller, so his will go like almost to my head, so that's why they're gonna be behind me. But like I don't know, just after a while trying to move around, like I feel like it just doesn't get comfortable, and then you have to sit up, like one person wants to lay, one person has to sit, but you have to make it comfortable because now you got someone's feet still by you. I don't know, it just in the bed, it's just easier to just lay down and watch TV.
Football Sundays in my living room go crazy. Y'all don't understand.
I'm usually not here, so
watching Giant games last year on my TV, man, like that was some of my favorite time. Like literally watching football in here, soundbar on.
Especially if it was like a 1 p.m. game.
Yo,
I'm at work.
Yo,
so.
A lot of those 1 p.m. games, like I would be working, come home, watch a little football, and go back out, because like
he takes a nap and he has a room all to himself.
Yeah, literally, and that's what would happen. He'd be napping, and I'd be watching football. Like it would be perfect. So like I think the best part about it is my TV. Like I love the TV. I love the setup. I think that's the best part. And I love how kind of like compact it is and perfect. It feels like my little space, and it just feels awesome. But the worst part is they're just so messy, bro. And I feel like that's just the theme of these things. They're so messy. If you look at it right now, I'm just like, oh. I just look at it and put my head down.
A little bit.
I just look over there and I'm just like,
I mean,
you hear that? It was worse. And I'm already like,
I could have left it. So I think this was actually the first one. We're on 7 out of 9, and this is the first one we had different answers.
Okay, what was yours?
So I said the best was you building our bookshelves.
Oh, I forgot about those.
The living room space to make it look really nice.
Yeah, it's very aesthetic.
He built them, and then I kind of put everything in it in the way like I thought it looked good. He helped. He kind of gave his takes, but I was the one that kind of organized most of it. We have some plants on top of one. We're both like looking at it if you're watching us. And we have, I gotta put a picture in there, but there's a picture frame on the top of the other one.
I don't really pay attention to the bookshelf. I guess that's probably why I didn't.
Maybe I like them. I really love them. So that's why I thought of that. You built the bookshelf and the TV stand.
Yeah.
So
yeah, sure did.
I definitely say the best is his building to make it look aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah.
You also built that end table.
I did. I did build that. Wow.
Yeah, I'd say the building because he did a lot of what we have in there. And I said the worst kind of happened like I forget if it was today or yesterday. Days are all combining. When he loses the remote.
I don't lose the remote.
It was
your kid be losing the remote, bro. Your kid be losing the remote.
They'll be watching it and he'll move it so JJ doesn't take it because he likes to mute the TV.
And then it falls.
So then he leaves and then I'm like, where the heck is the remote?
Yeah, no, then I'm looking. The same thing happens to me. That's literally that was lumped into the messy thing because like I'll go in the morning and I'm like, okay, I want to watch TV while I make him breakfast or something, and I'm like, okay, where's the remote? And here he's sitting there going off because he wants to eat, so I don't have time to look for the remote, and I'm just like.
I would also say, I just kind of thought of this. The worst is your Xbox being in there because now JJ's new favorite thing is hitting the button on the Xbox to turn it on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. And then I'll be watching YouTube or something and it'll be on YouTube and then he'll press the button. It'll go on the Xbox screen. And I'm like, I'm not trying to play Xbox right now. Like, stop pressing this button. So I'm gonna add that to my worst.
That's part of my entertainment system. That's why I like it.
And he loves it now.
It's such a cool spot to game, especially when you find a good game, like a good story game. Like I was playing Assassin's Creed out there, and I was like, "Oh yes, this is perfect, dude."
I don't mind it. Like I love when you're actually just sitting on the couch.
We need new couches. That's another worse.
Well, yeah. See, that's why I'm like, I don't think it's big enough for us to just be chilling. If it was big enough where we could like comfortably like lay and chill and hang out, like I wouldn't mind it, but. Ours are not those right now.
I've had these couches for a decade.
I know. They're good couches. They're just not big enough for us. You're also just actually kind of tall for them. So laying down, you take up the whole couch.
Never been told that before.
You literally take up the whole couch when you're laying on it by yourself.
I've never been told I'm tall before.
So adding me onto the couch on the other end, trying to make it comfortable where we could both lay. I'm so sorry to your
compliment
couches,
ever.
But it doesn't
that's what it feels like to be tall. Mm-hmm. I've never been told that before. What the heck? I'm tall, guys. You hear that? I'm tall.
There's also instances where he'll lay, like I said, he takes up the whole thing. He was laying on it by himself. So he'll lay on the big couch and I'll end up on like the
love seat.
Yeah. So like I'll be laying and have like my legs just kind of draping over the side, which after a while does not end up comfortable. It kind of not comfortable to begin with, but you make do with what you got, I guess. At least like I'm in my own space. I don't have his feet by my head or whatever, but.
Those couches are comfy, man. I slept there. When did I sleep there? I think I slept there when I was sick one time or you were sick. No, you slept there when I had COVID.
No. Yeah, I slept there. I've been sleeping. Oh my God. I slept there when
JJ will wake up.
No. So, there's been a lot of times when we first got COVID, Julian tested positive before I did. So I slept downstairs on the couch because he had already been in the bedroom. So I'm like, if you already have it, like you've already exposed the bedroom. So the bedroom's just going to be yours. So I was pregnant at the time. So we didn't have a baby yet. So I slept on the couch. So that way, well, tried not to get it. I ended up getting it anyways. So then at that point I was like, well, I'm going to sleep in the bed too, because if we both have it,
it's just
whatever.
It was nice because I finally got to leave the bedroom too, which was cool.
Well, yeah. So he quarantined. I had to like leave food by the door, leave drinks, all that stuff. But being pregnant, I was like, I don't really want to sleep on the couch. So, but I was like, if I'm going to wash the sheets, like I'm going to be touching all this stuff. Like we clean the sheets afterwards. But like in the meantime, I was like, if I touch it and all this stuff, like I'm going to end up getting it anyway. So we're just going to quarantine for now from each other. He got the bedroom. I got the whole basically rest of the house. So I did sleep on the couch until I tested positive. And then, like I said, I was like, well, too late now. So back to the bed. I slept on the couch when I came home after having a baby because I couldn't use stairs.
Oh, that's
because of my stitches my staples from a C-section. So I couldn't use stairs, so I couldn't go up and down our house, like in our house. So I had to sleep on the couch for a while. So I was on the couch at that point. And then after having JJ in this place, if he woke up in the middle of the night, I did take him, feed him, and we ended up falling asleep on the couch because that's just where we fell asleep. We fell asleep for hours. So luckily we got more sleep in the morning, but it just ended up being on the couch because sometimes putting him back in the bed, he just wouldn't go back to sleep. So he needed to be like held almost. Now he'll just go back in the crib. So that I've been on the couch for that.
Yeah, you slept on there way more than I.
Yeah, I definitely have. I slept on it. I fell asleep on the couch when you were in your apartment. I was at his place for one night and he was gaming. And I fell asleep while you were gaming. I fell asleep watching TV here. He's woken me up because he's been gaming in like our bedroom. It's like half a bedroom, half a studio. So when he's in there, I've been out here hanging out, falling asleep on the couch.
We should get those like folding doors with like the flowers on them.
I've seen those. Like those, aren't they like a Japanese thing?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, off topic. Let's get back on topic.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next one is decor.
Oh, that's all you, man. I mean, I have things I want to do, but I just can't afford to do it yet. But that's like mostly you. Actually, no. I brought in a few things. I won't give it all to you because a lot of it does require me to
you building most of the time.
Yeah, actually, no. Okay, I do a lot with the decor. Especially because there's a look I always go for, and I like a more modern look. Yeah, because then I think of the furniture. I went and got all that new IKEA stuff for the bedroom. So the best thing about the decor, I think our bedroom decor is probably my favorite right now.
Really?
And there's still a few more things I want to do, but yeah, I think our bedroom decor is the best. The worst is the couches because the couches don't go with what we have because we were switching over. So, and honestly, new couches are so expensive. If I bought a couch today, I would want to buy a cloud couch. So I'm just going to save up for a cloud couch.
Or we should look for like a cloud couch dupe.
Knockoff. Yeah.
I feel like they're really just the same.
We'll see.
As pricey.
I think if a cloud couch is $2,000 and a dupe is $1,000, I'm going to just save up and pay for the cloud couch at $2,000.
I mean, you could, but I think they're cheaper. You'd have to actually look into it, but I've heard a lot of YouTubers have gotten the dupe because obviously
if a dupe is $500, don't tell me that because I will literally get it like next month.
We'll have to look at it, but I think they're not like just I don't think they're just a grand less. Don't quote me on it. But I don't think I think there's a difference between.
If you look at me and say, Julian, a cloud couch is $300-$400.
Oh, I don't think they're that cheap.
Okay, I'm about to say if we get a cloud couch for like around $1,000, I don't know, no, probably like $8,000. I think $7,000 or $8,000. I could probably say, all right, maybe we'll have it by the end of the summertime.
We'll have to look into it because I've heard a lot of YouTubers say they have the dupe, and it's like just as comfy. It's just a fraction of the price, which honestly worth it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, and I don't know. It's hard because we have a baby, so like going over to white furniture is scary, but I like those because
Are they all white?
I would want white.
Oh.
I would want white.
Well, the only good thing then is
you can wash them, right?
Yeah, you literally just take them off and wash them and like
that's
have to
what
reset the couch. So I'm hoping it's not that bad, but yeah, he would probably make it so messy. Anyways,
what'd you put?
So for best, I did say that you let me decorate most of the time. He is the one building. Like he'll build what I'm decorating, if that makes sense. Like he built the bookshelf that's in like our little front walkway, but a lot of the times he'll just be like, do whatever you want, like blah blah, because it's not like I go crazy. Like I'm really minimalistic when it comes to decor. I'm not. I
do the big stuff though.
Yeah, I'm not like
I go crazy if I do it.
I'm like, oh, if there's like a picture and a candle on top of this, I'm set. Like the plants on top of the bookshelves, I'm good. I had extra plants. That's where we put them.
We need a new dresser.
Yeah, I'm like, oh no, we don't.
We need a new dresser. Remember I went and got the Alex drawer.
We threw out our dressers moving into here because I don't think we would have room for both. B, both of ours were breaking anyways, so we needed new dressers to begin with. But literally with the size of the closet when we first looked at this place, granted, someone was living here when we did do the tour, so like you're kind of trying to imagine it empty when it's not. When we first looked at the closets here, I thought we'd have enough space for both of us to just put our clothes in and not have to worry about a dresser. I was very wrong. We now both have a dresser on top of the closet that we share. I also
on top of 2 nightstands that we didn't have before.
I did think that we would have our own closets until I realized that there wasn't a linen closet. So one of them did have to turn into a linen closet. Because at first when I saw the 2 closets, I was like, oh, one could be yours, one could be mine type of thing. But then because then we would have had nowhere to put towels. But
what was yours?
I said, I don't know if I have anything. Like for decor, like what is like the worst?
It just doesn't match. I think the couch is probably the couch, and I think we need an actual like solid bed frame. I think those are the 2 things I want.
Good point. Yeah.
Those are the 2 things I really want, and I think I'll be happy with. Decor.
I couldn't really think of anything decor wise because I'm like, what is bad? If he lets me decorate, like what is he doing bad? He builds it and I decorate it. There's not really much happening that's bad here.
I mean, yeah.
So I didn't really have anything for bad. The last topic is bedtime / sleeping habits.
This is hard because my sleep schedule is just so completely opposite hers. Like I guess the best part is that like, dang, there is no best part. That's crazy.
Oh,
what is the best part? There is no okay, let's start with the worst then, because that's going to be easier. The worst part about it is we don't go to bed at the same time, I guess. Like we're just never in bed at the same time. I'm always up late, working late. If I'm not out, I'm on the computer trying to do something, or I'm trying to stream or something like that. But I guess what's the best? Because our bed's too small. What's the thing?
I guess that's another decor piece. We need a bigger bed.
Yeah. That's not even decor. That's just necessary life. What is the best? Wow. Is there a best? I guess I would say not having to go to bed alone, but I guess you kind of have to go to bed alone. So it's like, dang, what is the best? Shoot. That's a tough one. Sleeping habits. The best part about our sleeping habits. Oh, I got you. Alyssa fills the humidifier for me.
Should have put that.
Which is golden because I need it for my allergies.
He's so weird about it. He needs it. Okay, so we actually didn't use it really at first. We used it a couple times when we first bought it, but then it was at the point where like he didn't fill it and I was like, I'm not getting up to fill it. So it just kind of was like, it is what it is. We had this other air purifier that he took down from the closet that I kind of forgot we had. We kind of, when we moved in, it just kind of went up. We moved like fall going into the winter. It wasn't that bad. because he'll get like his allergies really bad when it hits like spring, summertime. So with the season that we moved, it wasn't as dreadful. So we kind of threw it up on the shelf in the closet, and I kind of forgot about it until he said he took it down one day, and I was like, oh, I forgot about that bad boy. But like, he's the one that needs it. Like, I don't suffer from allergies. I don't have allergies. There might be a day, maybe 2 within like a 3-month span where if it is like either really polleny or for some reason, I'm just like, dude, like my eyes are bugging. My eyes will be like itchy, like crazy. Like, but I never experienced anything until I want to say maybe pregnant or after I had a baby. Cause there was that one day in our old house, I was like really bad. Like I felt awful. But I never had any problems with allergies. So he's the one that needs it, but he doesn't turn anything on when he goes to bed. So I'll fill it up at least to like make it last through the night. And then I'll turn on the air purifier, but like he'll just come in, get in bed, like put the covers on, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you're not turning any of this on. But like, if you wake up in the morning without this being on, you're going to hate yourself. Cause like, you're going to be waking up like, I've
had nosebleeds from not turning it on. I've had bad nosebleeds.
But he never turns it on. It doesn't like make it make sense. Make it make sense.
This is what's crazy. Like, this is where my son's like me. Like, I went in his room. Oh, he needs one too. I went in his room one day. I think he might have ran out of water in it in the middle of the night. But which is
weird because I see, I don't fill ours up like crazy. I'll make it to make sure like it lasts through the night. His I fill up to the top every morning or every night.
I went in there and he had a bad nosebleed. Like there was blood all over the sheets. I was like,
he had to wash the sheet and the sheet protector, like the mattress protector and his sheets. Yeah, because it bled through.
I had to soak it in cold water first.
He sent me a picture and I was like, that's just from I literally called him because I was like, that was just from a nosebleed. Like, are you sure? Because like that was a lot for a baby and that was from a nosebleed. It was crazy. But yeah, because I make sure ours is good for the night, but I make sure because half the time, like he sleeps a little longer sometimes than we do. But his is also smaller. Yeah. His is smaller. So you have to make sure his is filled because like it'll just last till the morning. Like by the time he goes to bed. Maybe we should
switch with him.
Honestly, maybe.
Saying it out loud now and think about it, probably should switch.
That's also why I fill it because his is smaller to where you go in the morning and it's empty. But I fill it to the top. Like I fill it as much as you can fill it at night. And in the morning when he's waking up and I'm going just to turn it off so it's not on all day, his is empty.
Yeah.
Maybe so I make sure like it lasts for him too as much as ours. Cause like if you fill ours half or like a quarter, it'll get us through the night. Like it takes 2-3 days for ours to go through if you fill it all the way, where his, you literally have to fill it every single night. Like that's one of like the routine. Fill his humidifier before we're doing his bedtime routine.
All right, what's your best and worst? Because we got off track.
So this is probably a long episode because we got so off track. So I said that the best is the nights that you do want to relax and we are watching a movie or whatever, and you do agree to lay in the bed. I said that was the best because he does want to watch it usually on the couch, and I'm like, no, I'd rather not. I'm more of if I'm gonna relax and have a night, I'm gonna be in bed. Make it so that way if I fall asleep, at least I'm in bed. Sometimes if I'm on the couch and I wake up to go to bed, like the walk and like feeling the humidifier and all that stuff, like it doesn't wake me up. Like I'm not like, oh my God, I have so much energy now. But like you're kind of waking up, you kind of have to put yourself back to sleep, and kind of not the greatest. I did say worst was you do go to bed later / sleep with the TV on. And when you come into bed, like he'll come into bed after me, like when he goes in. And he still has to turn the TV on. So if I wake up because he got into bed, like if I feel him, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If I do feel him, next thing you know, the TV's coming on and I'm like, really? Like, come on. So that, or if he wants to stream or game late at night with his YouTube friends, he's pretty loud. And
yeah, I got a apartment complaint, actually.
Yeah, he gets pretty loud. I think it's his headphones. I think his headphones, he doesn't realize how loud he is with his headphones on, that's the problem. So he'll be on. with his buddies.
Yeah, I got a complaint. It was bad.
Screaming and all this stuff. And I'm like...
Yeah, I almost got it kicked out.
But there's times where I'm on the couch, but there's times where I'm also like... he'll be playing, but not streaming, if that makes sense. So on those nights, I'll just lay in bed and I'll be like, whatever, I'll just lay here. Sometimes it is good enough where I do fall asleep pretty easily. 95% of the time, 99% of the time. Where if he's just streaming, playing, talking, whatever, I can fall asleep. I've done it before. But there's the times where, like, I'll be laying there and the next thing you know, like, he's just so loud. And I'm like, bro, like, it's literally, like, midnight. Like, can we not? So I said that was the worst.
No, how about when I was playing Faz and you came in and you were like, oh, my goodness. I was just screaming. That's when I got the complaint. I was screaming.
Oh, my God. I literally came in. I wasn't even thinking. That's probably so bad. I wasn't even thinking about the people around us. Like, I forgot we were in like an apartment setting and not like a house setting. My first thing is that he was playing super late and the baby was sleeping. So he's like literally screaming because he's scared. So he's like, he's screaming. Like, it's not like he's like, like he was screaming. And I'm like, dude, like at this point, I was like, it was a couple times where I was like, dude, like, okay. And I was like, dude. And then I went in and I literally went in there and I was like, you're going to wake him up. And if he wakes up, like, he's yours. Like, you're going to be playing this scary game. You knew you were going to get scared. If you wake up this child right now, he's your friend for the night. Like, if you're going to be up because you're too scared to sleep, hopefully you have a new buddy.
Oops.
But yeah.
That is my buddy.
Times.
That's my buddy.
Well, he was going to be your buddy at 1 a.m. when you woke him up.
He's become my biggest fan.
He has. It's really cute. I get kind of jealous because I'm like, I carried you for 9 months. You came out of my body and your daddy's BFF. Like, it's fine. I understand. Everyone says you look like him. Mommy just carried you.
He walks. If I leave, he walks out and he's like, Dad.
Did you open my Snap tonight?
No.
Did you?
I don't think so. Did
You
I?
watched it without sound?
Oh, I did watch it without sound. Yeah.
Oh.
I meant to. It wouldn't let me replay it.
He was yelling. Like, I'm going to tell you, this whole floor knew he was looking for you. Dad, 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 dad. Like, literally screaming. Just dada. He'll say dada randomly all the time, but he was, like, it's not like he was actually, like, looking around. Like, he was just walking from one toy to the next. Dad, dad. I was like, buddy, okay. Like, I know he's not here. Like, it's okay. So I recorded it and sent it to Julian on Snap. I'm so mad you didn't watch it with sound. It was so funny. I was like, geez, this whole floor knows you're not home now. I was like, dang. It was so funny.
That's yeah.
But it was really loud. Like, I literally was like, okay, like, shh.
He's very demanding. When he wants his dad, he wants his dad.
It was
But also
so
when he wants
funny.
his mom, he wants his mom. She'll call me on FaceTime. We'll be in the store. He'll grab the phone. Mama. Mama.
I like to FaceTime when I'm on lunch just to say hi to them and see like how their day's going, what they're doing, blah, blah, blah. But like half the time I call and Julian's working, so he'll hand JJ the phone or something just to keep him kind of occupied, but also finish what he's doing. So I'll be talking to him, being like, hey, buddy, how are you? And he's just talking. He's like, Mama?
And
Mama?
His
His baby talk.
I'm like, oh my God. He be just going
Having full conversation.
Yeah,
but like
telling her
no
about
actual
her,
words
telling
yet.
her about his whole day. I'm like, yo, that's crazy.
I love it. All right. Well, anyways, we've gotten so off topic so many
have.
times during this episode.
I just haven't been here, so
Yeah. So it's making up for lost time.
exactly.
So that's all I have. Those are all the topics I have. I'm actually kind of surprised. I would say 8 out of 9 had kind of the same answers or along the same lines. Which I'm kind of surprised. I knew we'd have some answers like the same for like cooking and cleaning and honestly kind of the bathroom one, but I didn't expect us to be as close as we were in all these topics. So
That's a W.
That's kind of surprising. Again, giving Cimorelli their credit, I did get this idea off of their episode. I did take the topics that they had. I I figured our answers would be completely different, so it is like kind of a different episode. So I kind of stole. Sorry.
Steal like an artist, baby.
Sorry, but I love their podcast, so I was going through theirs to take
Austin Cleon,
ideas.
Steal
Anyways.
Like an Artist. I feel like I take my podcast presence from everyone I watch.
Really?
Yeah, I have like a combined podcast presence that I just kind of carry. I get it from, I think his name's Andrew from the Waveform podcast, MKBHD. On top of Samir from Colin and Samir. On top of little MKBHD influence there.
Interesting.
And then I also Diary of a CEO. Oh crap, what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Sorry. It's like midnight and I'm exhausted. But him, that guy from Diary of a CEO. Yeah. I feel like I mesh all these people into one, and that's how you get me. Steal like an artist.
I feel like I just kind of sit to record, but I like to look. I literally look through, I think, 3 or 4 different podcasts tonight to look at their topics to see like ideas, so to speak. Because a lot of them also like you also have to think like when you're looking at podcast episodes, they're also titled. So you have to see what they're titled just to see what their topic is, if that makes sense. So like I'm kind of doing some research over here. So yeah, giving credit to where credit was due is the moral of that. Question of the week.
Question of the week.
What is your biggest red flag?
I work too hard. I don't know how to stop.
Huh.
I don't know what a break is like. I don't know how to do that.
Interesting. I mean, I guess I work a lot too, but
I wouldn't say that's your biggest red flag.
no, I think my biggest red flag is that I'm really messy. And I get lazy with cleaning. Yeah. So like not the greatest sometimes. Yeah. Lately I've noticed that you have to kind of like almost push me to start doing something, because then I start to get into a rhythm and I want to like organize everything. Or I do something as small as the dishes. I've been putting on like people that I watch on YouTube, like the certain like my go-to people. They all have like clean with me type of things. Like that's just a vibe. So I'll put that on and I'll either watch a couple episodes or I'll watch like the recommended of like cleaning, and like watching them clean while I'm doing the dishes will like get me into like I could do this and I can do this, and oh, they're doing this. That's kind of smart. Let me do this type of thing. So
a lot of people actually do that.
It definitely motivates me a little more. So I've definitely been like, if I know I have to do something, I'll put on. There's usually actually one specific video that I put on that I'm like, yeah, that's my rhythm. And it gets me going.
What do I watch while I clean?
The same thing you watch any other time. You probably put on MKBHD or Kelly Wakasa or something.
No. If I'm watching Kelly, I'm watching Kelly. I'm watching Kelly. I'm not. Kelly's not on in the background.
So MKBHD.
The only reason why MKBHD could be in the background is because a lot of the products he reviews I don't really care about, so I could put that on in the background. No, you're not gonna care about every product.
Yeah.
So I could put that in the background. Casey's another one I gotta watch. Casey, like I gotta watch Casey. Engraven. Shout out to my guy Engraven. I'll put him on in the background while I'm doing stuff.
Yeah, because his are kind of like podcast vibes.
I've always felt that way about his stuff, man. Like I'll listen to him while I'm driving.
Like,
I always tell him like
it's probably like you could watch it if you want to watch it, but it's not something you have to watch. Like it's just kind of like you listen. It's I don't know. It always gave me podcast vibes. I like it.
I think that's what I think. Man, that's a whole different subject for a different day. Anyways. I put that on. Podcast Diary of a CEO is another one I like to put on while I'm doing stuff like that, because that's another one I can just listen to. I don't have to just watch Waveform Podcast.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bobby Brighter Side Podcast.
Oh my God, I haven't.
I miss Franny's show. Franny's show I used to put on while I did stuff too. I haven't
watched hers either. I'm such a fake fan. I still have to watch those or listen anyways.
Oh, a lot of those studio videos, like the AMP, Beta Squad, I'll put those on like while I'm doing stuff.
Yeah.
beating JJ or something. Anyway.
I love the stuff that you could just put on and it's like a mindless, like it's on in the background. So
who needs
you're
cable?
Not in silence.
Shout out to YouTube, man.
Literally, we don't even have cable.
Shout out to YouTubers.
You don't need it.
Supplying content.
Well, with that being said, that is the end of this episode. It is seeming like it's a bit of a longer one. You're welcome if you can stand us for that long. But we did have Julian back today.
What's up?
Like we did like we did say, we are probably gonna have a couple of solo episodes ready to go out in case we get that curveball day where we just can't figure out when we'll sit and be able to record together. We still want to give you guys the episodes you're looking for this podcast. So let us know down below, basically for me, what type of episode you're looking for and what you want to talk about, what you want me to talk about, what you want me to give you advice on for those solo episodes.
Or you could even get a solo Julian episode.
Ooh, imagine.
If you want one.
So you'll get a solo episode either way. I didn't think that would be a case, to be honest.
I could do one. I could probably do one.
That could be cool.
Because again, the issue is more of us having time to do it at the same time. Mm-hmm. I could probably squeeze one in my schedule during a nap or something. During one of his
or
naps.
like a Thursday when I'm actually working, because that's usually when we're recording.
Yeah.
If I'm working and like we don't think you could do it over the weekend, just plug your stuff up and start talking.
Because there's a lot of things like creator wise that people want to hear from me that I could talk about.
And you'll definitely get 2 types of episodes between him and between me. So I feel like that could be very interesting.
Yeah, let me know. I don't mind. I'll talk for an hour. I'll talk for 2. I'll talk for 3.
All right. Well, that's if you want to hear him for that long. Anyways, that is the end of this episode. You probably don't want to hear my weird ending, so take it away.
All right, y'all. We are out of here. Remember, nothing worth having comes easy, man. Keep grinding. Keep chasing your dreams. We out, man. Peace.